This is the Miss Wolfie from Our Half Acre Homestead, and today we're going to rebatch and scent some unscented soap on the cheap. Okay, so here is that soap I made from waste fats. Now it has no scent whatsoever, but Howie, well, he says it smells lardy to him. It doesn't to me. So we're going to rebatch this, and we're going to scent it with Irish Spring. Now I chose Irish Spring for two reasons. I want to keep 2 of these bars to cut in half and hang from my apple trees this fall to keep the deer away throughout the fall and over the winter. And it's got a nice strong scent, so we only need 1 bar of Irish Spring or the highly scented soap of your choice to lightly scent all this soap. Because as you know, folks, we don't like a lot of scent, but Papa likes at least some. So let's get started. Now I would normally do this in the crock pot, but this is a really large batch of soap. It's a couple of batches of soap. They won't all fit in my crock pot. So I'm using a stock pot, just a plain stock pot. And I'm just gonna start grating the soap. I mean, it doesn't really have to be finely grated. You could probably chop it in chunks because it is gonna simmer, but I'm grating it because I don't want it to simmer too long, because it'll fill the house full of the smell of Irish Spring, which is nice, but not your kitchen. You know what I mean? Okay, so I have over 20 bars, well over 20 bars of homemade unscented soap in this stock pot. So I've decided to use all 3 bars of Irish Spring. And look, this is how long it's been since I've bought store-bought soap. It's no longer green and white striped. How long's that been going on?
Wow.
And they have the gall to call this original. Where's the green and white stripes? So I'm going to use all 3 bars, and that's going to give it a 7 unscented bars to a 1 scented bar kind of ratio. Okay, so what I've done is, because this is not a heavy bottomed stock pot, I've put my stainless steel trivet with the feet up on my burner, and I'm just going to set this on top, just like that. So I've turned my burner on medium, and this worked out too. 1 bar of Irish Spring to every 7 to 8 bars of my homemade unscented soap. We're going to add 2 cups of water, put a lid on it, and just let it simmer. If it starts to bubble, then I will turn it down. We just want to melt the soap and then slightly cook off the water. Oh, I scorched it on a stick. More water, folks. So make it 4 cups of water. I'm going to have to put this in another pot. Okay, folks, learn from my mistakes. Do not walk away. Even though I had it on a trivet and I had it at medium, it still was too hot. So now I've put it, what's left of it, I've taken out the worst of the scorched, and that's cut my batch in half actually. And I'm just putting this on low, really low. Okay, now all I'm doing is taking my hand blender and blending it all up, and it's nice and thick, which means it's going to set up well. It would have been a lot prettier if I hadn't scorched it, but it still smells, it still has some of that Irish Spring scent. Okay, so I don't have any like cream cartons or anything, so I'm just going to put this in this old Tupperware celery container. Okay, so we're just going to let this sit, and then we'll take it out and slice it up into bars. Okay, so here's our block of soap. All I did was loosen the sides like this. If you don't have something flexible, go ahead and run a knife around the inside. Now remember, folks, I screwed up half of this batch. Why? Because I didn't use a heavy bottom saucepan, because I walked away and it scorched on the bottom. So I would have had twice as much, and it would have been a lot prettier without all the flecks of scorch in it. But it smells good. It doesn't smell like Irish Spring. It smells a tiny bit like Irish Spring. When you use over 25 bars of soap that you're cutting up, use a little bit more water. If you use more water, it's going to take longer to cure. Now technically it's cured, folks, but because I had to add water, it has to dry a certain amount, harden up. And that's something else too. If you still buy store-bought bars of soap, folks, take them out of the wrappers. I'm just putting them here on the drying rack. Take them out of the wrappers and put them in a basket or something, or on a drying rack like this for a couple of weeks, and they will harden up more and your soap will last longer. I'm just really upset that I lost so much of this soap. And part of it's cloudy too because I actually threw in some old goat's milk oatmeal soap that I had as well. So I figured I might as well rebatch it all. And there it is. So I did manage to get 25 bars of soap roughly out of 30. So I lost like 5 bars of soap. This is the Miss Wolfie from Our Half Acre Homestead on how to and how not to rebatch soap to add scent. Take care, God bless.